At least 15 people were killed as a gunman attacked a shrine in the Iranian city of Shiraz. Elsewhere in the country, thousands of people gathered at the cemetery where the young woman whose death sparked weeks of protests is buried. Simone Foxman is in Doha. She's tracking this story. Simone, what exactly is happening on the ground at the moment?
Manus, a day of mourning seeming to turn into a day of violence. Some 10,000 people, that's the estimate from the Iranian Students News Agency, turned up to mourn the death of Mahsa Amini, the woman who was died in police custody that set off these protests. Then they, according to a human rights organization, moved to public squares where they were met with rubber bullets and with actual bullets as well. And then, of course, we had what authorities are calling a terrorist attack, that in the city of Shiraz, in a very important mosque there. I note that the last time we saw a particularly bloody day was back on October 14th. And that also had to do with killings that happened in a mosque area, those in the city of Zahedan, in a Sunni denomination. So you wonder if there's some rising Sunni Shia disagreement or animosity that may be playing into this. Perhaps even the government trying to point to that in sort of reports that we've seen connecting this latest attack yesterday to Sunni issues. Whatever the case, the crackdown is clearly intensifying. We've seen arrests, we've seen indictments, we've seen guilty verdicts handed down. And the question is how long these protests can continue under this pressure. It's longer than I think than anyone expected at 6 weeks at this point.
Indeed, and Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund plans to invest $24 billion across the region. So where's that money going to flow to?
Manus, I got the list in front of me. It's Bahrain, Oman, Jordan, Iraq, and Sudan. And it's going to flow into companies in the infrastructure, healthcare, real estate, and telecom space. Now, when you look through this list, the Gulf countries here are ones that have previously struggled under some sort of financial stress. Their financial health seriously under pressure, not necessarily break even on a fiscal basis. And they've both seen in the past elements of stress in the bond markets. The other places, however, are places that are particularly suffering under rising fuel and food costs. We've talked a little bit about the potential responsibility that some of these Gulf countries will have in using the money that they're making on oil and energy and turning that around to countries that are struggling in the region. So that may be part of what's at play here. What also may be at play here is Saudi Arabia looking to the potential for instability in the region. If there were rising instability in the region, that would seriously dampen Saudi Arabia's mission to try and become a tourist hub and the like.